how to summon angels. So there are different techniques and methods that you can actually apply to summon angels. But my system is simple for you. The system I created for you is very simple because I don't want something that is going to be difficult for you. So you can either see an angel physically, okay, or you can see an angel in a trance or in a vision. Do you understand? Like it's possible for you to see an angel as you are watching me right now. You can see an angel. It is not some special people that have these powers. Anybody can do it. You can do it. I couldn't do it before, but eventually I was able to do it. So you can also do it. Nobody is too special that only them will be able to see angels or summon angels. Now, there are some there are different ways to make angels to appear. Okay. The easy one is using some specific words to make angels to appear. There are some specific words that you can use to make angels to appear. Yes, there are. So you can use language to summon angels. Do you understand? Language, basically. Now, some people call it like incantations or something. But I don't want to call it incantations because it's Christianity, right? Hi, John. How are you doing? Though incantation is English, right? But I don't want to call it incantations. But there are some specific words that you will say that angels will actually appear. It is true. You can see this in different books all over the world. Not Christian books, but you can see it in the Key of Solomon, the Key of Solomon, books of Moses, and things like that. So, because some people ask, apart from visualization, concentration, and all those kind of things, is it possible to use some specific words to make angels to appear? Yes, it is possible. But why is it possible? Me, I'm going to explain why it's possible to you because it just doesn't happen. Now, in the beginning, there were no words or incantations to make angels to appear. No, it didn't exist. But there were some group of people that started to do practice. They basically started to practice and they were able to summon angels. So they wrote down their process in their journals. How did they summon these angels? This is how they did it. These were the words that they remember, the words that they spoke. So they wrote it down. Okay? So once they wrote this word down, something happened. People began to ask them, how did you summon angels? Did you use any form of incantations to make these angels to appear? So they now explained to them that, okay, this is how I did it. This is how they did it. So they gave the information to people. Then people started to like recycle it, tell themselves. Then suddenly, these men began to recite the same words that those people recited. And before you know, the angels started to appear. The angels started to appear to them too. So, number one, you can create your own journal on how to summon angels. Like if you're a master of summoning angels, like me, the way I do it. Hello, how are you doing? Christopherson. I don't know if I pronounced it well. So, like me now, I know how I summon angels. So I can write it down for you. I created my own system. If you can create your own system to summon angels, you can create a specific set of words that you use to summon angels, and it will work for you. But as a beginner, it takes years and years and years for you to be able to build that energy to make it happen or to make it work. Years and years and years and years. But what is the easy way? There's an easy way. The easy way is to find somebody that can already um, summon angels, or you look for information that people are already using to summon angels. So once you get the information that people are already using to summon angels, some specific words, if you use the same thing to it to begin to work for you automatically, the angels begin to appear. This is because once you start using those same words that those people have used, like many, many people have used, you'll be able to tap into the power center that they use to summon the angels that they believe in. So if I write a system for you now, how to summon angels, use this word to make this angel to appear. If you try it to, you will make that exact angel to appear. But you only be able to summon the angels that are in those books or that I explained to you about. Do you understand? So that's basically how it works. And let me wave back. So now concerning summoning angels, making angels to appear, the system that allows it to work using incantations, basically using some specific word. For example, what is an incantation? Incantation is just a group of words that you use to make something to happen. Basically, it's no different from spell, but we don't use those words in Christianity. Basically, for example, when I was doing my research about spells in the past, long time ago, I looked at those spells and I compared it with the Catholic prayers. Almost the same thing. Christoph Olsen, thank you very much. I love my videos. Almost the same thing. They're just words like Psalms. Some people think spells are abracadabra. No, spells are not abracadabra. They're just English language. But one thing happens, they rhyme. Spells rhyme. Spells rhyme. Let's say someone says something and it ends with time. Then the next line will be something like fine, like that. It will rhyme. The words basically rhyme. Okay. Let me give you another example. Jesus, for example, when people say Jesus, 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 they're able to do deliverance because many people have said the name Jesus over and over, over and over. That in their mind they create a thought form. Basically, it's an egregor that is not the actual Jesus, but it can work miracles. I usually tell people about these things, but they don't know. They think it's not possible. So they'll be like, "But I call the name of Jesus now," and the miracle happened. Yes, we know you call the name of Jesus. You and many other people all around the world that believe in Jesus, you call the name. Of course, you call the name, but you guys are creating different imagination of Jesus in your mind. So your imaginations are rising up into the ethereal world, and it's feeding a particular being named Jesus. But that being was created by human beings. It was created by you. It's not the actual Jesus. So it gives that being the ability to perform miracles. And in fact, that Jesus appears to people, but that's not the real Jesus. That is not the real Jesus. Why? Because the real Jesus is a divine being that will not appear to you. No. Jesus Christ cannot appear to anybody. He can't. When Jesus Christ needed to appear on earth, he came physically in flesh. He had to be born. Jesus Christ does not have the ability because he's a divine being and it does not break laws. So he cannot come to the earth to visit you. It's not possible. The only thing that can visit you is an egregor named Jesus, basically, because of many people believe they have that thought, so they are feeding it into the spiritual world. So of course, when you mention, so now the people that can perform the greatest miracles with that name Jesus are the ones that believe in it so much and are connected to the power center. So once they mention in the name of Jesus, I command you spirit out, out, out. It works. Of course, it was going to work, and it's going to work. But you can also use that system. Five guys can come together and they can write a book like Lesser Key of Solomon, and they will tell you the name of the angel is this. They can say the name of the angel is Uriel. If you want to summon the angel, this is what you do. I can create my own sigil and it will work, and I'll give it to you, and it will work perfectly. These are just principles. But ignorance makes people to think that, oh, they saw Jesus. Of course, you can see Lucifer too, but it's not the real Lucifer. Some people have said Lucifer came to them in a dream. Lucifer cannot come to you. He can't because he's a divine being. He can't come. You can never see him. But you can see a thought form. All these things are in my book, Summoning Angels. You can get that book. That book is the most powerful book ever on angels. I can't write another book on angels again because the book is perfect. The book is short, but it is perfect. There is nothing I can edit there. It's perfect. There is nothing I can change. So when people come to you and say, But it's working now. But it's working. Yes, it's going to work because it's the thought form. Human beings have the capability to create beings by themselves that can perform miracles for them. It is possible. These are what people call demons and angels most of the time. It's these are creations of their own imagination and visualizations. But because it was created with their own imagination and visualization, does not mean these things cannot work in miracles. They can. So same thing with summoning angels with words. You can summon angels with words. Definitely. You can read someone's book on summoning angels, and they can say, this is how you should summon the angel. Say this, say this, say this, say this, say this, say this, and the angel will appear. It is true, the angel will appear. But it is not a real angel. It is a thought form created by the person who wrote the book. It will work or it will perform miracles, but at the end of the ages, at the end of this era, when judgment is about to end, basically, all those egregores, all those thought forms created by human beings will be destroyed. They will break down because the human beings will not be able to give them life anymore. After judgment, all the things that basically were created by human volition will disintegrate into nothing. This is simple spiritual science that people should understand. You can, of course, people used to summon Thor in the past. Thor, and they will say they had a dream. I saw Thor. Thor appeared to me. Some will say I saw Loki. Because human beings used to worship those beings. The moment you stop worshiping them, they will not have energy again. They will cease to exist until another human being comes up and start worshiping them again. Then he creates them again with his own imagination and visualization. Then suddenly they start to do things for them again. So it is possible to make beings to appear. Not I don't call them beings basically. They're just shadows, animistic shadows. This is what most people see when they say they do fasting and prayer. Oh, they fasted, they prayed. Those things will appear to them and they'll work miracles. They will work miracles. So this just lets you know that human beings are a little bit high in the scale of things because they have spiritual power. So they can create all these things. They have spiritual power. I hope you understand. So if you have any questions, let me know. But generally, I don't advise people to be like, oh, let them chant some words to make angels to appear. No, you don't need that. That's like a cake method, like last of the last method. Anybody that's reading one book now that says they should chant some words to make an angel to appear, first of all, it won't work for you. Should I tell you why it won't work for you? It will not work for you because you are not connected to the power center of the people that it works for. Yes. You can't just pick up a book and be like, I want to summon angels, let it happen. Oh, say these words. This and this and this thing. Something happen. Appear, appear, appear. Something happen. It can never work for you. If you like, go and draw the most dirtiest thing on this earth. It won't work for you. Why? Because you're not connected to the egregore that makes it happen. So it won't work. It will never work. So basically, you need to belong to the group of people that truly believe in that thing, that it works for them. Suddenly it starts to work. This is how many things, are done, all over the world. Even when it comes to like making money, success, science, if you want to be like a real scientist, like you want to do discovery, you must actually be connected to that field of energy that scientists connect to. If you want to create inventions, you must be connected to it. If you want to be like a popular musician, you must be connected to that egregore that makes it happen. There's a particular field of energy that it will look at you like this and it will pick you and it will accept you and be like, okay, yes, you are going to do this, you are going to allow you to do that stuff. Many people mention God, but God does not have anything to do with these things. Some will be like, God told me. God never told you anything. He never told you anything. It's just ignorance, blind people. But you need to understand. For example, the power center responsible for making people worldwide famous. If you want to be like a famous musician, this egregore is known to apply a lot of pressure on musicians to take drugs. Basically, it is because that thing really suck people's energy. Like it sucks people's energy a lot. Like it takes energy away from you. So most of the time, those people will have to be taking drugs, for them to be connected to that energy center, for them to receive inspiration. If not, they will never be inspired. They will never receive inspiration. It happened to Michael Jackson. It happened to Prince. Most of these people, they use those things because if you want to be connected to that, there's a particular field of energy that gives people inspiration to sing music. It's just the truth, whether you like it or not. There is. The thing will compose music for you from your dream. It will compose music for you. You wake up like this, it has composed a full music for you, full song. So you need to quickly write it down because if you don't write it down, someone else will get it because you're not the only one connected to the energy source, basically. So people that think in their own mind that they are going to be successful or they will suddenly be world famous, they are deceiving themselves. You want to be you want to be a world famous musician, and you think you will just become a world famous musician by luck. No, it doesn't work like that. Because this thing, the energy centers. What about money too? If you don't get connected to someone that is rich, most of the time you won't have money. You will not. You need to be connected to somebody that has money so that you can gain entrance. Prophet Yuba, the angel has talked about this thing long time ago. What about prophecy? You can be practicing by yourself 24 hours. Nothing will happen until you join a prophetic program or until you start thinking of a particular prophet. And when people are talking trash about them, you don't talk trash about them. Not that those human beings are perfect or something, but it's just the reality that the energy center that is responsible for prophecy, that is responsible for making people to prophesy, the that prophetic energy that people believe in, like the ability to prophesy, prophecy, basically that energy, if you start to insult the people that represent it on earth, you will never gain access to the energy. You won't. That's why some people are like, oh, Passion Java is evil, this and that. Passion Java is this and this and that. The moment you start doing those things, you will see that you'll not be able to prophesy. The moment you start doing those things, yes, we know that Passion Java, this and that. Yes, okay. But it represents the prophetic energy on earth. So the moment you start to insult those people, you will not be able to be recognized. That's the thing. There's a reason why those people are popular in their fields. And if you begin to insult them, the energy will not accept you. They did something for them to be popular, for the prophetic energy to accept them. They did something. They did. So you need to understand these rules and laws. Some people want to prophesy accurately and they are doing rubbish. Someone say, yes, Michael Jackson has said something like this after waking from a dream. Yeah, of course. If Michael Jackson did not record the song, someone else will get it. Michael Jackson had to, based on what I had, he had to be using medicine, using drugs so that I can get into trance state, so that I can sleep, basically, so that he can get the music. That's why I was using drugs, basically. You need to get into a trance state. Those things are rules and laws that if you obey, they will work. There was one time I used to get music composed for me, but I didn't have the money to record those songs. I've tried it before now. I didn't use drugs though, but I've gotten full songs sang for me, composed from beginning to the end. by some beings, but I couldn't record the music. From rap music to R&B, they compose it complete for me from beginning to the end with all the sounds. But I didn't just have the money to record it, and also I'm not a musician. But those things are possible. They are possible. But these days people they make everything God, 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 God. God said this thing, God said this thing. It's not hard to have access to those stuff now. It's not hard. For example, now this prophetic stuff, the prophetic energy has chosen me. Some people are angry. There's literally nothing they can do about it. Seriously. There's nothing they can do about it. Some will come and give a prophecy that, oh, something bad is going to happen. Oh, this is, people were like, oh, I was never going to make it or something. I just laugh. Some people gave prophet because they didn't like me. They were like, something bad is going to happen. Nothing bad is going to happen because I've been chosen already by the prophetic energy. There is no way, and there's no way you can remove me from there. It is not possible. You can't. So once you can gain admittance into that field of energy, that's the end. The energy will just keep on pushing you forever to the top, to the front, like to the front, way to the front. So your job is to look for the particular energy you want to get attached to and connect yourself to it. These things have been preached and taught by Passion Java a long time ago. Go and listen to the old teachings. Someone messaged me and said you need to dissociate yourself from Passion Java if you want to go far, this and that. I was just looking at the person. Their church is small. And their church cannot be a prophetic church, for someone that said that kind of thing. It's just reality. I cannot dissociate myself from Passion Java. I can't. Though I don't talk to him, but I cannot dissociate myself from Passion Java. Like, I should go and delete my videos about Passion Java. I can never do that. It's not possible. Someone be like, oh, Prophet Lovi, this and that. It's evil, it's this and this. Oh, this. Nothing concerns me with all those things. Thank you. I can't. Because each and every one of these guys are connected. They are. So the moment you start segregating yourself, removing yourself, the thing is, people will say bad things about you, whether you like it or not. They will. So it's not my job to go and check the behavior of the person. Oh, this person is doing this. That's not my business. Even if you check the Bible, okay, the prophets in the Bible might be doing the worst behavior, but you can't really talk to them. Just leave them alone. Just, it's between them and their Lord. So if not, if you have the behavior of always, you just want to say something, you'll be disconnected. You'll be disconnected totally. And that's what happens when some people betray their mentors and this and that. Maybe your mentor, like me now, I have connection to prophetic energy by myself. I was able to get the connection by myself. It took a while. That's why I started tell people that I practiced for many, many years. So it took a while, but I got it. Okay. I was able to achieve it. So, but many, many people cannot do that. They always need someone to tap from. They will tap from the person, then they will not think they can run away. That maybe they will go and do one bad thing against the person, then they will run away thinking that they will succeed or something. No, you'll be disconnected. I give you like 9 months because it's a spiritual thing. For it to fully manifest in the physical world, it will take time, right? It won't happen immediately, but over time you get disconnected. You won't. You'll get very disconnected. You'll now have to fall back to your normal level. Okay. So these things work with law. Someone said, I want to also learn your system in that music aspect. Well, it depends on if that's what you want to do. Because you see that music egregore, it is popularly known for driving people into addiction. Yeah. Because for you to get that inspiration, it's hard. Even authors, to people that write books, that for you to gain access to that energy. If not, it won't connect to you. They have to. Some people had to make deals with like angels to be able to write books because they just will not get the inspiration. You just write a book that nobody cares about. Those things are actually true. Those things are real. Those things are true. Those things are very, very real. Though some people have it easy, some are chosen. You get some people are just chosen. Like right from small, they're just chosen. But basically, you have to think of okay, someone is asking, how can you connect to an energy source? It's through devotion. Devotion, that's it. So if you are devoted to a specific thing, you actually gain access to the energy center involved in it. But if you are not devoted to it, you won't be able to get it. So some people are devoted to going live all the time, so they get fame. Some people have deals with the spirit of fame, so they get famous because that's what they've been doing. That's what they think all the time. They want to be famous. Actually, they really want to be famous. That's what they think about all the time. They devote their life to fame. That's all they care about. So eventually, they get famous. People that truly want to get famous get famous. Some people they want to be very good at prophecy. Some people they want to be good at summoning angels. They devote themselves. Anything you devote yourself to, you'll get it. Someone is like, do you think someone like EJ Newton will be affected because of what he does? He has been affected already, long time ago. Long, long time ago, he has been affected. He has been affected. You know, something happened. Some will be like, these prophets, they are evil, they are immoral or stuff. It doesn't really work like that in real life. You are not allowed to talk about it. Some people be like, it's a lie. They are scoping us. Touch not my anointed. They are deceiving people. They are not deceiving people. They are not deceiving people. Seriously, they are not deceiving people. Whatever they tell you is for your own benefit. You can, if you like, see a prophet doing a bad thing, just mind your own way. Just keep on with your life. That's their own life. When Noah drank wine to stupor, he was drunk. James, you can sit down here now. Yeah. So when Noah drank wine to stupor, he he was naked. So one of his sons saw him. I think it's Ham, right? Then he started laughing about it, saying that his father is a drunkard, this and this and that. He's a drunkard, this. Then the other children, they were like, oh no, let's cover our father's nakedness. So they covered their father's nakedness. And when Noah woke up, what did he do? He caused the child that said, is naked, that looked at his nakedness and didn't cover it. That's what happens to people like that. Also, about one thing is this people that say, oh, this one is fake, it's evil, it's demonic, this and that. They just have the spirit of criticism. They just want to say bad stuff. They're just hot about something. Because why would you live your own life and you're saying someone is evil and fake? Can you come, all those things? Forget about those stuff. The fact that someone is able to achieve a certain level means that they were allowed to do it. Something is nobody. If you type on Google now, who's the most popular prophet in the world? There's only one answer: it's Prophet Lovi. That's what you will see on Google. Just type it and see for yourself. Type it and see for yourself now. It's Prophet Lovi. You will see on YouTube. He has, I think, 570,000 subscribers. He's not a business coach. Oh. I want you to understand. He's not teaching business. So he doesn't know marketing. I hope you understand. He doesn't know marketing. He doesn't know those things. He is actually a kind of like spiritual force that put him at that level. It's a spiritual force. Yes, you might talk to him, okay? He might look like a normal person to you. You're talking to him. He feels normal to you. But that is not actually a random person. I hope you understand. It's not actually a random person like that. Sometimes people get too familiar with you and they don't see That's your spiritual aspect. So they feel like you guys are now mates that they can talk to anyhow. I'm sure Louis didn't cause him, EJ, but I'm sure he caused his following him. It doesn't matter whether what you are doing is, oh, you want to expose, you want to say this guy is evil, can you come on? You want to expose people, you want to enlighten people, this and that. That's not your job to do now. Because there's automatic law in creation. If someone is doing something wrong, they'll get judged by God automatically. You don't need to do the work of God for him. You don't need to do the work of the Holy Spirit, basically. The Holy Spirit will serve everybody as they deserve. That's one thing you need to understand. So if you have any questions again, let me know. So the idea of power centers or egregores are not really spoken about in churches. Most people don't really know about it, but it's a thing that happens in real life. Different churches with their different beliefs. You would never see a Pentecostal saying that Mary appeared to him. Never. But you see a Catholic saying that Mary appeared. Mary appeared to me. Mary appeared to me. You know, the way Jesus Christ look in Catholic is different from the way he appears to people in Winners. It's different from the way he appears to people in different things are giving these people information. The God in Deeper Life will tell people that wearing trouser is a sin. And all these people are saying that God told me. Like, can't you think for yourself? You should know that something is happening there. You should know that it's not actually God. They'll say, God told me. No, stop that. God did not tell you anything. You can't speak to God. You can't. You can't speak to God. You can't speak to Jesus. You can't even see Lucifer. It's not possible. If you see any of those things, they are just thought forms. Believe it. And thought forms can perform miracle. So don't be like, boy, perform miracle. See, there are thought forms created by human beings that can raise the dead. They can, but they were created by human beings. They can do healing like mad. Yeah. I know someone will be like, maybe they are demons. No, they are not demons. So they are created by human beings. They can be sucked back into the human being. Yes. They can be sucked back into the human being. A human being can create any thought form that he wishes to create. But, ignorant folks, like me now, my YouTube channel, I'll explain to people, this is how it works. But ignorant folks don't know how it works. So they will just assume. An assumption is the mother of ignorance. It's the mother of ignorance. They'll be like, let me pray for this person in the name of Jesus. Be healed right now. If the person gets healed, they'll say, it's Jesus. That's not even his name. That's not his name now. So there are many things for people to understand. But people don't want to do research. They'll start quoting scriptures for me. I see people did not quote scriptures in the Bible for Jesus. All those things Jesus Christ was saying. People quoted scriptures now. Paul was killing people with letters. Paul. He was proving beyond reasonable doubt that Christians should be killed because they are doing heresy. He was a Jew. Paul mastered the scriptures. I hope you don't forget. Paul mastered the scriptures. So. I think it was a Sadducee. He mastered the scriptures now. He was proving it left and right that these Christians are doing blasphemy. They must be killed. And people were killing them, yes. The church leaders were giving them the authority then to kill them. So it's all about having the high sense of understanding and wisdom. Someone is asking, the gaffer, you are doing great work. The angels just appear in your house ethically by free will, or do you summon them? I summon them most of the time. If I want an angel to come, of course they will come. And I have thought forms too that I created by myself. So Who were the people Cain was afraid of that he was given a mark? That Cain story never happened in real life. It's just a vision, like Revelation. Cain and Abel never happened in real life. Adam and Eve never happened in real life. It never happened like that. It's just like a parable. Adam and Eve, Adam was created first. The first human beings that were created. Okay, let me explain to you. Adam was created first. It means the first human beings that were created were very active. Okay? So they had the combination of male and female energy because they were perfect, okay? Male and female energy. But over time, millions of years ago, you need to hunt for food. So they were using more of their male aspect, that their female aspect had to be separated from them. So the female aspect was separated, then we now have male and female. That's what actually happened. Not the God breathed into Kinikon, his ribs was removed. Think, use your brain now. Use your sense. So God put hand and created Eve from the ribs. It was basically a vision, so that you need to translate the vision and understand it. Many human beings appeared on earth at the same time in different locations. It's called incarnation. Many human beings appeared. This is what happened. The Uriah, thank you for the gift. I appreciate. Those of you that want to send me gifts too, you can. So this is what actually happened at creation. Okay, animals developed. They developed perfectly. Animals developed. So once they reach the highest level, which is like ape level, okay, something needs to come in, something superior, which is the spiritual. Okay, the spiritual need to come. So human beings are spiritual. So there's the seed of spirituality entered into those animals. Then they become aware. The human beings became aware. But there were plenty. It was not just one, there were much. Then they started hunting for food. They had to hunt for food. Things were tough. So the female aspect had to be separated because they were neglecting it. So what now happened? The female aspect had to come in. So suddenly we had more females too. Plenty females. They basically appeared too. I hope you understand. But how did the females appear? They were already fully matured animals, female animals. Okay. But that spiritual seed had to enter into them. So once the spiritual seed entered into them, they became aware again, and their eyes were opened, basically. Like, oh, what's happening? And they decided to reproduce. That's what actually happened. Not Adam and Eve, kinikon, this and that. So when Adam and Eve gave birth, who were the people produced? Cain and Abel. Basically, what does Cain and Abel means? There was one race of humanity that, James, check the rise, that, is born in. It's born in it is, I can hear it. And there was one race of humanity that focused on, serving God. Hello, Raka. Then there's another race of humanity that did not focus on serving God, that they just focused on evil, basically. So there were two streams of human beings, the good and the evil, which is Abel and Cain. Okay, that's what the vision meant. Now, out of the two streams, we had Cain, the evil people. Out of them, they were the ones that now started committing sin, basically murder and all kind of things. Murder. So now, Cain killed Abel. So these evil people, they destroyed the good people. Basically, their power was so strong that they suffocated Abel. So what does Abel mean? It means the race of the people that actually believe in God and serve God with all their might. They were suffocated. So now we are left with Cain. So human beings went from 50-50 to like 100% evil. under Cain. Then Cain went ahead to reproduce. Okay, to let you know that it is not an actual happening, like a literal event. They did not talk about the woman that Cain copulated with to give birth, because it never mattered. What only mattered was that, okay, the race of Cain went ahead to reproduce, basically. And they started reproducing, and humans continue to be evil and evil and evil and evil, basically. So that's it. That's all you need to know. That's what the story was all about. So someone was saying, how do you interpret the race part? The ribs part just means that it's bone. Ribs is bone. First of all, don't forget it's a vision. It never happened in real life. It's just a vision. Okay. The ribs were removed to create the female. It means that the female was already in the male. Okay. It was two in one before. So Adam was actually male and female. So the female aspect was removed and it remained only Adam. Do you understand? So understand that it's a vision. It didn't happen literally. So questions of how did the bone grow back? The ribs never grew back because the ribs has been removed and the rib became the female race. Basically, that's what the vision meant. The Old Testament 90% is not even literal. So it's basically a vision for you to understand. But that was the best way to put it. It's a parable, a vision. But people come now and be like, it happened in real life. No, it never happened. It never happened. On the sixth day, God rested. Of course, God is not a human being for him to rest. He's not a human being for him to rest. It just, what the writer meant was that, okay, creation stopped. Creation was complete. Simple. The first part of creation was the preparation of, the preparation for the coming of man. That was the first part of creation. For the man cannot just appear like that. You need to prepare the sun, the moon, the stars, everything, the whole earth and everything, the plants, everything. Once that was prepared, then the incarnation of man came. So that was why man was created last, because you can't just create man when there is nothing on ground. So on the first day, on the second day, on the third day, all those things just meant the step-by-step development of the earth to in preparation for the coming of man, basically. For the coming of man, development of man, for the existence of man. Let us create man in our own image, shape, likeness, and form. The body was formed and everything. Uh, the formation of that body is basically the animal body. Yeah, the animal body. But when the Lord breathed in the breath of life, that was when the spirit entered. And it became conscious, human beings, and they started to move around. That's what actually it's a vision. But one thing about vision is that it's not easy to interpret them. It just gives you an idea of what really happened. It gives you an idea of what really happened. I'm sorry for all those people that are reading it literally, to be like, this is how it happened. This is how it happened. No, it never happened like that. Adam and some people are looking for Garden of Eden. Very funny. The Garden of Eden means, what does garden mean? A garden is a place where you plant something. Man was planted on earth so that they can germinate and grow spiritually. So the earth is a breeding ground for human beings. It means that human beings are seed that can actually grow and develop and germinate to become fully mature spirit, so that they can achieve salvation. That's why the garden is there, because human beings were basically planted on earth. Human beings actually grow like seed. There is a seed inside of human beings that should actually burst forth and grow to mature spiritually. But they've been unable to do it for thousands of years because they end up doing evil stuff. That's their nature. So that first day talk can actually be 1,000 or hundreds of years. Of course, it has millions of years for creation to happen because God cannot disobey his rules. Cannot disobey his rules. Some people be like, God is so powerful. He can do it in 6 days. Now lie. He never did it in 6 days. God never did it in 6 days. It took millions of years. Some will say, if it takes God millions of years, that means it's not powerful. God is powerful. He just does not go against his rules. The same way God will never allow you to go from 1 years old to 100 years old in a day. He can't allow you to do that. You must wait and age for years. There's nothing you will do that will take you from 1 years old to 50 years old. Never. If you like, shout to God from now to tomorrow. He can never listen to your prayer. You must grow old normally, the way he planned it. That's the same thing that happened to the earth. The earth matured slowly and surely. You think God is like you that will be using his power anyhow? It's a lie. It took millions of years. Millions of years. Someone say when prophets say they are flying, what does that mean? I think they are using a vision to see something. But people don't understand the creation story. Human beings were planted on earth in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is basically like, you know, it lets you know that human beings were planted like seed on earth. But the fall of man came. The fall of man came when they ate the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. God told them, don't eat of this fruit. Among all the fruit in this garden, you can eat of it. But this one in the center, don't eat of it. Don't. Don't try it. And Adam never ate it. Never ever. Like on earth, men will never do bad things unless a woman comes into place. It's women that always make men to do bad stuff. Go and check. Throughout eternity. And the snake went to the woman because he knows that nature is very weak. Normally, women are easy to tempt. So easy to tempt. And why did the snake go to the woman? The snake went to the woman because he understands that women have a lot of influence on men, like generally. Women have the ability to charm men to do what they don't want to do. Generally, in real life. If a woman wants you to do something, you most likely will do it. Yes, you most likely will do it. There are many things that men would have not done if not for women. Plenty uncountable things. So the snake knew that if he comes to the man directly, the man can say, no, I'm not interested. But he just went to the woman. And that snake is not actually a real snake. I hope you understand that. A real snake never appeared to talk to anybody. But I won't talk about that part. You might not understand. So, James, is it burnt? Okay. So why are you staying there? Okay. If it's burnt, you can cook another one. If it's burnt, you can cook another one. Okay. So yeah, back to what I was saying. The Satan knows that women have influence on men properly. So he went to her. Then the woman came. Adam did not argue much now. He just like, but they said we should not eat it. But the woman was like, oh, she's interested though. Then she ate. Then she made the man to eat too. It lets you understand how women can make men to do what they don't want to do. How women can make men to go against the instructions of God, basically. I would say women are the biggest problem of the earth right now. Because they are everywhere. You see them, there are plenty everywhere. Always causing problem. Then at the end of the day, they will not be forming victim. Then when God came, I was like, how come? The woman was like, the snake made me do it. The snake made me do it. Then say, Adam, where are you? Adam was like, the woman made me do it. The woman made it. Very funny. Until now, it's still like that. The woman will say, it's the devil. Is this that made them to do this? Is this one that made them to do that? This is many, many things. But if you check it at the root of everything, they are the ones pressuring men to do stuff. Women are the ones. They are the ones pressuring men. So someone asks, how do you interpret the fruit part? It's there now. It's very straightforward. The fruit of knowledge of good and evil, basically. The tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's it now. It makes you very smart and intellectual. Basically, intellect. That's what it means. Basically, intellect, smartness, thinking too much. Basically, that's the sin. Actually, that's the original sin. So people say eating apple. Why would apple? I don't know why it took so many people a long time to realize that it never happened. That it was a vision. That the writer saw a vision, and it's a vision that you need to translate and interpret. People thought he actually heard something. Some people was like, well, like apple, he ate an apple. No, he never ate apple. He ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is intellect, which is just basically smartness. Okay. Yeah. Smartness and temptation, basically. I'll call it temptation. Becoming very aware to temptation. Because now you know good, you know evil. Okay? You know good, you know evil. That's the main problem of human beings. Because before, human beings were almost like perfect. Like basically, behaving the right way, following God's commandments. But then, eating of the fruits of the knowledge of good and evil enables you to know right or wrong. So automatically, human beings just start choosing wrong things, like good or evil. They just start choosing evil automatically. It's just like a transition. Before, you do not really have the option to choose good or evil because you just do good. But now, you have the option to choose good or evil. So you end up choosing evil most of the time. This is a very simple thing that most people don't really understand. They want it to be complex and big deal like that. From the Old Testament to the New Testament, it's just all about telling people you have knowledge of good and evil. Now, do good. It's as simple as ABC. It's very basic. Very, very basic. But people want to believe one thing, one strange stuff. They want it to be so hard. When the earth was destroyed with the flood, Noah, it's still the same thing. When I tell people that Noah never happened, they be like, "Oh, you're Antichrist, though." Yeah, how will you say Noah never happened? Can you come? Can you come? This. No, it never happened. They'll say Jesus Christ quoted it, of course, as a parable. James, switch it off. It never happened. Many, many things in the Old Testament never happened. They never happened. Plenty things. They were just visions. But you wouldn't know unless someone tells you. Because normally you said think about it. And when you tell people think about it, they will say, no, you can't reason spiritual things. It's a lie. You can reason spiritual things. Spiritual things follow logic. You tell me that so they put someone in one ark with all the animals all over the world, male and female. Are you dumb? Male and female. Then the rain was falling. Something happened. Can you come on? So don't be silly. It was a vision. Yeah, it was a vision. It never happened like that in real life. Of course, I'm not saying there's not a man named Noah that preached on it. Of course, there was a Noah that preached. But there was nothing like any ark. Yeah. Or maybe someone put animals in the ark, then rain was falling. Kinikon. No. It's a vision, a prophecy self. Then God now say, "Oh, I won't destroy the earth again." Can you child you stories? No, they're just pure visions, basically. But some people will try to argue it. They are foolish people. That's what I would say. There's no point arguing with those kind of people. They are dumb. Just like someone arguing with me that Jesus Christ ascended into heaven. What do you mean Jesus Christ ascended to heaven? Ascended how? He never ascended into heaven, because if you are going up, your brain hit the ozone layer, your head. The apostles seeing Jesus was just a vision. Okay, his spirit disappeared. That's what happened. But just like new knowledge, every new knowledge, people will be like it's evil, it's a lie, you're lying, you're deceiving people. Can you count this? No, I'm not deceiving anybody. It's true. So Adam and Eve never happened. Ever. Never happened. Like that. Some be like the earth was made in 6 days. God is powerful, it's a lie. The earth was not made in 6 days. It took millions of years. Some be like, but God is powerful now. Yes, it's powerful now. That's why I created heavens and the earth. But we'll never go against his rule. What do you mean someone should? God does not do his things like that. God does not do things like that. So a tree will just germinate from the ground so fast like that. No, God does not do things like that. If God does things like that, why didn't he just make Jesus to appear like that, as you claim? Why did it take 9 months to come out? Jesus Christ is basically God. Yeah. God could not make Jesus to appear on earth. But he's God now. Just make the body to appear. Create a flesh for him now. Should be created in Genesis. You claim that God created human beings in Genesis from the ground and did and pour wind into them. Why did Jesus Christ need flesh and blood in the New Testament? Why? Why did he need 9 months? It just shows you that story of Adam and Eve was a vision. But the real Jesus Christ coming was real. So he needed a physical body. And 9 months were complete. Simple as ABC. 9 months were complete for Jesus. So God does not do his things arbitrarily. Anyhow, just do anything because I'm God. No, God does not do his things like that. So that's why if you are saying, "Oh Lord God, please come and help me," he's not going to answer you. Because he has already put laws in place. Know those laws for yourself. Fire has been made long time ago in creation. The possibility of fire existed long time. But until human beings discovered it, nothing like that. So it's waiting for you to discover the laws of creation. If it's up to you to discover them. If you like, don't discover them. If you like, don't combine elements. God has done it automatically that any day you combine element A and element B, this will happen. It doesn't need to interact. He has decreed it from the beginning. So you in the future, you will discover electricity, radio waves. You combine elements together. God has programmed it already since the beginning. It does not need to interfere in anything. So stop making him look like, your village king, a white man in heaven. There is no white man in heaven. None. Doesn't exist. Nothing like white man in heaven. What do you mean white man in heaven? A king. You mean God talks? God does not talk. You can't hear the voice of God. Someone say, I had a loud voice. You most likely had the voice of an angel, not God. Because angels don't even know the voice of God. They don't know how it sounds. When angels said, "The Lord sent me," God did not actually talk to them. It's because angels automatically swing in the will of God. So they know based on their intuition, they know what the Lord wants them to do automatically. They are not like human beings that they will know what God wants them to do, but they will do another thing. Angels are perfect beings. So when they say, "The Lord sent me to you," God did not actually talk to them. They just feel moved automatically according to the will of the Most High. I hope you understand. That's how these things work. You get. But someone says, "Is that why everyone has a different image of how God looks like?" Of course, because human beings have the ability to create imaginations and thought forms. then they will now call it divinity. No. Ah, some people even visualize Jesus or God on a chair. They say, God spoke to me, I went to heaven. You are going to hell, all of you. Is a lie. Nobody. Nothing like that is happening. And that's why you have to be careful of visions and trances. Because visions are most of the time product of human imagination. But they can work miracles, yeah. And it's possible to live in a vision. Yes. Some human beings can create visions. For example, I can create a vision and I can trap somebody inside the vision. And the person will be living there for years. They will think it's heaven. It's not heaven. No. I created it by myself. You're not in heaven at all. And you'll be drinking wine there. You'll be drinking wine. You'll be eating food. But it's not heaven. I made it by myself. I made it by myself now. So many people mistake their imaginations for divine stuff, divine substance. No, no. Highest, those are just ethereal substances. Highest, not even spiritual. But why people are imagining God is because they are proud. When you tell somebody, forget about God, you can never know God, you can never hear God, you can never know who He is, you can never see Him, they'll be like, is it possible? Can you come? Yes, because you can only see something that is in your level and below your level. God is above your level. You can never know Him. Forget about it, case closed. The only way you can know about God is when Jesus Christ tells you. You know, when you can never travel to a specific country and someone comes back and tell you about it, the only thing you can know about it is what the person tells you, because you will never go to that country. You will never be there. You will never experience it. So the only thing you can know about God is what Jesus Christ says. So you just have to be okay with that. Even angels don't know God. They've never seen God before. It's you that want to see God or hear from God. Angels have never heard from God before. Yes. So that you won't think, I'm belittling you. So that you don't feel sorrowful. Even angels themselves have never heard from God before. The first time angels saw God was when they saw Jesus Christ on earth. Yes. So they looked at his face. They say, so this is how God looks, right? This is how God looks. They look at Jesus Christ's face very well. You understand? But obviously, Jesus Christ took the face of his parents, right? So in reality, they did not see the face of God, but they knew that God is inside his flesh. So they were like, God, 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 that kind of stuff. So they were amazed. That's it. So saying that you heard from God, you're a liar. You're a proud person. You never heard from God and you will never hear from him ever till eternity. You can never know him. It's not possible. It's not. The only way you can know God is maybe if Jesus Christ come again and they give birth to him. They will give birth to him. 9 months will complete. You will now see Jesus. You will now say, wow, this is God. Some people will be like, if it's God, why did it take 9 months? It's because God does not do madness behavior like you. Like you, that you pray to God that something should happen now, immediately. It doesn't do like a crazy person like you. You want to pray and you want to receive the answer now, immediately. I command. That's be power. Power. No, that's mental illness. And that is the nature of human beings. Human beings like arbitrary action. They never want to follow rules. They never, ever. They don't want to follow rules. They just want to do stuff anyhow. Anyhow. They do things anyhow. Human beings. And that's the difference between human beings and God. Angels too will never do things anyhow. Never. But your thought forms can do things anyhow because you created them. So they have your nature, small of your nature inside them, that imperfect nature. So thought forms can do stuff anyhow. But mighty angels don't do stuff anyhow. They're perfect. Do you have any other questions so I can answer you? They can't teach you these things in church because in church they are still telling you to pray to God, that God will answer your prayers. But I don't blame them. They're just ignorant. That's it. It takes a high level of ignorance to think that God is going to hear your prayers. Yeah. God is not hearing your prayers, but you are hearing your prayers, sha, as long as it helps you. Most miracles that are performed by human beings, they are performed by following the laws of creation. You should just be happy that God exists. Just thank God for your existence. That's basically the only thing. That's all. And God has created so many things on earth, so many laws that you don't need him for anything. He can't come because he has given you the ability to do everything by yourself. What did you expect God to come and do for you? Your daughter is sick. God should come and heal your child. Are you kidding? Are you joking? You want to call God from where he is to come and heal your daughter. The healing is already prepared now. Get access to the healing. The healing is somewhere. Look for it. That's oh my God. Even me, and I'm amazed at human ignorance to some level. Someone will be like, oh Lord God, please help me to buy a car. Buy a car for me. It must be very funny. Oh. The law for you to get a car has been made already on it. Find the law. You will get the car. There's nothing you want to ask for that the law does not exist on it. Just find a way for it. You'll get it by yourself. Everything is perfect already, perfectly made for you. Use it according to your God has given you power. Follow the rules. Don't skip the line. You are not special. You are not. And if you think you are special, some people can do teleportation and you can't do it. Just know that one. Because some people are like, they do some healings in their church and they think they are Superman. So people can do teleportation anytime they want. You can't do it. So that's why when I see teachings like you are God, you are infinite, this one. Not really. You are a God that cannot move paper. You can't move bottle without touching it. So are you a God? Some guys that can perform serious crazy miracles, and even those guys are not saying they are God, the creator. Of course, man will evolve into higher levels, but man will always remain man. Man is not an angel. Man will always remain man. Even after eternity, man will still no. There's no level of development you will reach that you actually become an angel. It's not possible. I mean, highest level angels. So angels will always be angels, and man will always be man. Even at the highest level of purity, man will always be man. You'll just be a very pure man, the purest man, but you'll still be a man, a pure spirit. The seed inside of you, the spiritual seed, would have matured. Your physical body would have fallen off. Your astral body has fallen off. Your seed, your spiritual seed will grow as you are developing to start to grow from inside of you. It will form into full maturity, full spirit, and you and you become conscious into a pure spirit. Change perfectly. Perfect. That's why human beings were placed on earth, because of course they can from where we came from. Human beings could not, be conscious. So they had to drop them on earth, Garden of Eden, to grow, mature. Your spirit will start growing inside of you like it's, when you plant a seed, that small seed can turn into a tree. So the seed is not the same as the tree. If you look at palm seed, you never know that it's this palm seed that became this tree, this palm tree, because palm tree is different. It looks different. It has different leaves and hair. Exactly. That's the same thing with human beings. So at first it will have the shell and everything. Okay, same way we have this shell covering us, the physical body covering us and everything. It's a shell. The seed is inside. Yes, you can talk, right? But the seed is inside. Once the seed start to grow, your spiritual body will start to change. And once you grow finish, once you mature, it's just like chicken. Once you mature fully, boom, you become a full pure spirit. Kingdom of God, direct, no time. So what makes your spirit to germinate? What makes your spirit to germinate is life experiences. Life experiences. When you experience life, someone slapped you, pa. What did you do to respond? That thing will shake your soul. Ah, your spirit will feel the heat. Then what you do will determine whether you are growing. Someone do bad thing to you, shake your spirit. Your spirit will come up a bit, start to germinate. Feel it. Just like any seed, harsh weather, they need to plant a seed in the soil. So the heat will crack it open. The heat, the water, the nutrient, everything. So same thing on earth. The sun, the moon, the life experiences, illnesses, family, all those things will activate your spirit. So you begin to grow internally. Like you begin to mature from baby seed of spirit to kind of like real human spirit. But when you attain full maturity, kingdom of God, straight, directly, instantly, kingdom of God. But if you fail to mature, of course, you are going to sift off like a wheat now. Like grain of seed. They will sift you off. Shh, you do not mature, you refuse to grow. That's why Jesus Christ usually used this analogy of field, grain, grass, and all those things. So if you refuse to mature, you don't want to grow. They will go with they will sift you away. You are useless. That means you are useless with that. So you refuse to grow for some unknown reasons. You just refuse to grow. You are the only one that know why you refuse to grow. And since you refuse to grow, you can't progress now because you are useless. Nobody needs you. Many human beings were planted on earth. Billions were planted. Now let's see how many of them will achieve full maturity. It's a simple science experiment. It's not that hard. I hope you're able to get it. I hope you're able to understand. Simple science experiment. Human beings, for them to achieve full maturity, we need to plant them on earth. Okay, now let's plant them on earth and let's see which of them will mature, will achieve full maturity. Simple as ABC. So you're the one that will struggle. Do you want to grow? Do you want to grow? So human beings are actually small seed. So there are angels in charge looking at you, spiritual beings watching. You can't go and call one spiritual being, I need more water. No. Everybody will get the same number of water. We're just looking at you. You get the angels are in charge looking. So pure high angels, you can't tell them that you want to buy a car. They have no business with that nonsense. They are just in charge of, law and order in creation. So if any chaos wants to happen, they focus on it. They remove it. They just balance creation. Basically, that's what angels do. Balance creation. But human beings now, because they have that spiritual nature, they can still do some stuff on earth. They have dominion. So they do all kind of things. I hope you understand. This is basically the whole why human beings are on earth and so forth and so on and so forth. Many people will not achieve salvation, because now people are hiding under I believe in Jesus. I'm saved. Even if it's 1 minute before you die, if you can say, I believe in Jesus, oh Lord God, I give my life to Christ, you go to heaven. It's a lie. Don't believe that nonsense. Why it won't work is because once you die, your spirit is not matured now. Your body fell off, but your spirit is not matured. You can't progress to anywhere now. Or you think saying, I believe in Jesus will do anything. It can't do anything now. It can't. It cannot. You can't deceive God. It's very funny to say, I believe in Jesus. 1 minute before. All those things were created by human intellect to deceive themselves because you can't deceive God. So all those things, you are saved forever. Can you come? Well, if these people, anyone listening to me will know that I'm saying the truth. If your intuition is sharp, you will know. But I don't have time to argue with those people. I say they are saved eternally. Can you come? They are reading some letters. Now them sabi, we shall see. If you think by just saying, I believe in Jesus, before you die, you go to heaven. All right now. You know in your heart that it's a lie. You know it's not true. Everybody that teaches this thing know it's not true. They know. Every single one of them. But they are angry at the harshness of the people that claim, oh, you'll go to hell. Also, the people that say you'll go to hell did not really explain how people go to heaven. If you ask them, what makes people go to heaven? These people will be saying it's by the grace of God. So they are confusing people. You tell me that I can't go to heaven. Now I ask you, how will someone go to heaven? You say it's by the grace of God. These two group of people confusing themselves. Confused folks everywhere. So one person will be like, oh, I can't be perfect. I'm sinning all the time. Well, let me accept that I'll be saved forever. Because that's what suits me. I beg. You see? Problem. This thing is not about harshness. No. It's about making people to understand properly. Double tap on your screen. Like this video, please. Like this live session. So it's about understanding. Once you understand, then everybody can choose where they want to go by themselves. So it's not a thing of confusion again. So don't be a thing of judgment. Because the person that is claiming, you go to hell, can you come, you die, this. If the person dies today, they will not actually go to heaven. So going online and saying, you are evil, this one and that, thinking it will help you to go to heaven is a lie. It's not true. Going to heaven depends on your spiritual maturity, your law of flotation, basically. If they put you in the water, if you sink, you are going to be weighed. So if they put you on water, if you sink, that's your level. If they put you on water and you float, that's your level. You stay in your level. If you are stone, you sink. You can't be like, I believe in Jesus, save me. I'm about to die. Oh Lord God, please forgive me. The angels will not even answer you. They'll just carry you. They'll just weigh you automatically. Where do you fit? Ooh. For some people, they'll go down small. They won't sink a lot. They'll go down small. Okay, that's your level. Yeah, take. Some people will float at the top, highest top. So someone can be preaching online and be saying, these people are evil. They are demonic people. They are sinning. Evil people. Whereas they are the worst person of all time. They are committing sin every day. Worse than others. Some people truly believe that if they can preach against sin, that they will go to heaven. How does preaching against sin help you to go to heaven? It doesn't add anything. In fact, preaching against sin can even make you go to hell more. Because you are criticizing people. Your preaching against sin can be making people to lose faith. Yes. So you preaching against sin that this one can come, it doesn't really affect. It's what you do, your whole life gone that affects. So thinking that let me speak against evil. Yes, you can speak against evil, but it doesn't really determine much, okay? No, it doesn't really. That's what people need to understand. And that's why criticism does not really make sense. If your criticism comes from a place of hate, you have to be very careful because you'll be judged. Because why are you hating on people? And generally, I don't think criticism can come from a place of love, actually. Instead of you criticizing people, you can teach people. Like, for example, Ibuka songs now. This thing going on. It's very obvious that Ibuka songs wants to make money. That's just reality. He wants to make money now. So he wants to become popular through Pella, more popular. And also, what did I tell you about spiritual growth? I exactly say something. Listen to me. You can screen record this. The spiritual growth of the person reflects on the physical body of the person and the dressing of the person. I've told you these things times without number. You can see where someone is going. You can have you seen my cloth? See, the clothes I wear. I have money. That's the reality. I have money. But the cloth I wear, look, though it's expensive, but this is just the cloth I wear. Okay. When you see a sudden change in the dressing of somebody, it means something has happened in the mental plane. Eh. So before Ibuka songs came out and he made the video with Pella, you could tell that something like that is going to happen because his dressing. Look at the dressing now. You can't tell me that you are always thinking about God and whereas you are wearing big shoes and it's just the truth. I know these people will say, "Oh, you can't judge people by their dressing." Stop that. You were not wearing big shoes before. You were not doing. Then when did you start all those things? So it's reflecting, it's showing. Obviously, he wants to make money, right? But is he an evil person? Not really. He wants to make money. So his mind told him that he should get Bella to come on his live session. He was interested in making money and getting fame and followers. That's what he's focused on right now at the moment. Right now, at the moment. It also reflects in his song style, his lyrics. He wants to like reach more people. A part of him is like, should I do Afro music? Should I be singing like Wizkid and Davido? It has come to his mind, in case you don't know. But it'd be like, if I sing like David and Wizkid, Davido and Wizkid, people will run away from me. So let me just mix it a little bit. Let me twist it. All those things are just the work of the intellect. So, but everybody with their own free life. You can't really judge people like that. So the only problem um, my teaching can have an issue with Ebuka songs is if he says that it's not doing it for money, it's clearly doing it for money. But am I saying is it bad? No, I'm not saying it's bad. But to just be easier to admit to people that, oh yeah, he's doing it for money, right? Yeah. Simple stuff. Money is not bad. No. Money is not bad. So, but then the Kesena people, are they right? Are they right by saying that it's getting too close into the world? Yes, it's correct too. Two things can be correct at the same time. Just that the way they talk is very harsh. There's nobody that you talk harshly to, and as if you are condemning them. That I want to listen to you, whether what you are saying is true or not. Nobody wants to listen now. They will feel bad, so they'll be like, "Why are you attacking me? Why? You could have just called me and messaged me. Why are you, you know?" Because the people that are criticizing to the people that say, "Oh, Ebuka song, you are doing this," they are friends of Kesiena too. They talked about it. They talked about, oh, Kesiena did this. Of course, they talk about it in group chats too. They had phone calls too. They had meetings too. They talked about it. So they are supporting themselves. They're supporting Kesiena too. The fellow pastors. So, and some people, when they are criticizing, they want you to know that they are criticizing you. I mean, I genuinely don't feel like you should be looking for what is wrong in what someone is doing. I think there should be a balance. I think there should be a balance. Oh, Ebuka songs, I think you are moving too close to this worldly aspect. Okay? I think you should do this and this and this. I think you should do this and this and this. Okay? Even though you might be having thoughts in your mind that you want to make more money, do not allow the love of money to enter into your heart. Because God is going to bless you more and more. And do not try to elongate this to speed up what God wants to do in your life. Because if you follow this path of the Pella and Co, very soon what will happen is that you're going to release a series of songs that will just be Afro gospel that is not really talking about, it's not really inspired by the Spirit of God. It will actually be inspired by intellect. So then he will have to make a choice what he wants to do. The guy is in a place right now where he needs to make a choice. So I think if they say it like that, people you will understand, instead of just like, yeah, if we are demonic, all those things, nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. Especially when the person saying it used to be like a womanizer, and used to do very wrong stuff. It's easy to criticize people and judge people. I've met critics, a lot of critics. They like to talk. They'll point fingers. You are not doing this. Can you come? But if you want to test them, just tell them, this criticism that you are doing, I'm suspecting that you can't stop this thing. I'm suspecting that you can't do without criticizing people for a year. I'm suspecting that it's actually your behavior. If you can't stop criticizing people for 1 year, then I'll believe you. I think it's actually your behavior. I think you actually like criticizing people. Then it will help them to think about it like, really, I think it's my behavior. I think I like criticizing people. Then maybe they might change a little bit. I think manner of approach matters, how you talk, your speech. You can't just come online and say something about people. They will get angry. Of course, they will. They will get angry. But that's just it. You need to understand that, human beings have choices. Give them the choice. Let them make it. People need proper understanding for them to listen to you. Yes, they need proper understanding. Personally, if you ask me, Afro gospel, is there anything like Afro gospel? No, there's nothing like that. No, there can never be anything like Afro gospel. There's nothing like that, actually. If you ask me, is there anything called Afro gospel? Can Afro music be inspired by this? No. It's a creation of the intellect. I'm not saying you should not do it. You can do it, of course. It's your will now. But there's nothing like that. Because you actually have to choose whether you want to sing inspired songs of God or you want to sing songs that we match with human beings. The people that go into Afro gospel actually want to make more money, and they want to transition from the normal gospel song to Davido and Wizkid and the rest, and popular musician, Da Baby, all those kind of things, rap music, this kind of stuff. But they know that we can't do it. If I do it, people will stop following me. So they'll be like, let me do Afro gospel. You can never be vibrating at a very high frequency and think that you want to do Afro gospel. It can't happen. At the highest state of spiritual vibration, at the highest level of spiritual vibration, it can't come to your mind. It will never come to your mind. You can't think of it. You will be unable to think of it. At the highest level of vibration, things like you are a fine girl, you are a fine boy, all those things. If you are vibrating at the high frequency of spiritual level, those lyrics cannot actually come to your mind. It's the truth. But the reality is that to make money on it, most of the time you actually need to do something that is not vibrating at high level. Why? Because the nature of money is not high vibration. The nature of money is low vibration. Yes, you get. So to make money most times, you need to do something of low vibration to make money most of the time. Why? It's because of the nature of money. So most of the time, trying to mix spiritual things with money, it gives you a mixture. Yes, it gives you a mixture. If you check all the people that have money, you can't really make money by doing something very spiritual, you need to dull it down. Yes, you actually need to dull. That is the nature of money. You need to dull it down. So if gospel musicians want to actually make a lot of money, they will need to do something that is not of very pure vibration. It will be in the middle, that when you look at it through very spiritual eyes, you say, this thing is not of God. But what people mean is that this thing is not really vibrating at that high frequency. You understand? So that is what is causing the problem right now in Christianity, in Christendom. Why? Because of the nature of money. The nature of money is low vibration. So if you try to make money through spiritual stuff, you need to dull it down. The vibration will need to go down. Yeah, so it won't vibrate high because it's the nature of money. That's what is really happening. So you can never become a billionaire by saying holy, holy, holy. You can't, because they have two different nature. It just lets you know that money is actually low vibration. So if you want to make money by holy, 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 you need to do something that is of low vibration, like getting signed into a record label. Because you cannot, will Jesus Christ get signed into a record label? Of course not. He can't. But you want to make money. Your desire is to make money, right? So you need to follow the rules of making money, which is actually low vibration stuff. But is money good? Yes. Is a lot of money good? No. Money is low vibration generally. Let me explain it to you so that you won't criticize Ebuka songs too much. Let me give you an example. Someone is sick. They came to your hospital. They're about to die. And the person does not have money. And the person is begging you to treat them. And you say, no, I can't treat you without paying me. What have you done? Of course, you've done something that is very low vibrational because you want to make money. That is basically the nature of money. I hope do you get what I'm trying to say now? Like, that is the nature of money. That is the nature of money. I want to buy this TV. You tell them the TV is $1,000. But I only have $200. Please, can you help me? No, I can't. You need to be able to afford the money. And the person will feel bad and they will go. That is the nature of money. Making money is actually low vibrational. So if you want to make money, you need to do something that looks a little bit low vibrational when people observe it. So it can never look really spiritual. So anybody that is trying to make money through gospel music, of course, they will need to do Afro gospel because Afro gospel is not really spiritual. I hope you understand. Afro gospel is not close to spiritual. It is basically intellectual. But yes, they can be able to make a lot of money from it. So here comes the topic of charging money for administration. Why are you charging money for administration? It's because the person wants to be rich. So they have to do something that is not very high vibrational like that. So they must collect money, they must charge money for it. Yes. That's just the nature of money. That's the nature of money. If anybody wants to make money, they must follow that law. If you don't follow the law, you won't have money. That's the nature of money. Okay? So you always have an issue with people that have money. You'll be like, I don't think this person is real. You have that issue with them. Because they will do some things that you look at it is not really high vibration. But if you don't understand, you'll be like, why is this person doing this? You have that question. Why is this person doing this? But you need to be careful. You don't want to get too low to the lowest vibration where it's going to pull you down, where money will pull you down. Don't try that. No. So you want to be balanced. You want to be very, very balanced. You want to make sure that whatever you are doing to make money is not bad. But it might not be spiritual at all. It might not have anything to do with spiritual. It might be purely earthly. You can never find anything, any spirituality making money. Don't make the mistake. there can be no form of spirituality in making money. That's what you need to understand. So you saying you want to make it look spiritual is a failed mission. Yeah, it's a failed mission. So you always have issues with rich pastors, rich prophets, this and that, because there will be something that they are doing that when you look at it, you'll be like, this thing is not spiritual at all. So you'll not be mistaking it for their non-spirituality or something. For example, you're a carpenter. How is carpenter spirituality? It's very earthly now. But some people are carpenters because they need to make money. So making money is very earthly. I hope you understand. So don't criticize these people too much. Just like charging for prophecy now, for example. You can be so rich charging for prophecy. But charging for prophecy is not really like spiritual. Like, it's not that spiritual per se. It feels very, earthly. But that's the nature of money. That's the nature of money. And people make their choice. But it doesn't make charging for prophecy bad per se. No, it doesn't at all. It just lets you see the process of making money. It lets you see the process of how people make money, actually. The nature of making money, it lets you see the nature. It is very earthly. Just like selling a book too, or selling a Bible. It is very earthly. It looks, some will be like, but it should be for free now. It should be for free. It should be for free. So at the highest spiritual level, all spiritual things are free. I want you to understand. All spiritual things are free. Anything that can be charged for is not spiritual per se. But people don't understand the meaning of spirituality. Spiritual means the realm of spirits, like where human beings came from, the highest level. Okay? Because someone charged money from something does not mean it's not real. It does not mean it's not useful. No. It does not mean it's not good. For example, if someone is charging money for prophecy, it lets you understand the nature of prophecy. Some people rate prophecy as a very spiritual thing, but no, prophecy is just clairvoyance. It's not that spiritual. What about singing? But life, you can't charge money for life. The human life given to you. Those are real gifts. I hope you understand it. So you can't actually place money value on it. The life of somebody, like being alive. You can't place money on it because it's actually very spiritual. So you can't place money on it. No human being will have the power to place money on it. Like love. Love is very spiritual. So you can't actually buy love. One person cannot come and say, I'm selling love. I'm selling love. Do you understand? So most people are mistaking those things. That, you should not be able to charge money for it now because it's spiritual. No, those things are not actually spiritual. But they can be useful. So that's why money can be charged for them. They can be useful, but they are not spiritual at all. Some might be dying and I will have the medicine that will save them. And I'll say, pay me for it. And if they don't pay, they will die now. And if they pay for it, they can get it. For them to be able to pay for it, it means what I'm selling is not spiritual. But people don't understand the meaning of spirituality. They think it's compassion is spiritual. Virtues are basically spiritual. For example, you can't sell purity. I hope you understand. You can't sell purity. It's not possible because purity is spiritual. Based on the nature of purity, it is spiritual. You can't sell it. You can't. Love is spiritual. Holiness is spiritual. You can't sell it. So making money in itself is not evil at all. So don't expect, people not to charge money for things that are not spiritual. They can. Someone can come and say, you want to buy land, you must buy it from me. But you can ask it, but the land was created by God. Yes, I know it was created by God, but if you don't pay me, I won't give it to you. That's the nature of making money. But you don't go to the real estate agent and say, you are evil, you are demonic, you are collecting money for what God made. Why are you collecting money for the food that was created by God? You are making me buy this rice. Why? Why? But it's the gift of God. No, it's because it's not spiritual. The thing you are buying is not spiritual. Aha. You know, First Corinthians, I think chapter 12. Yeah, First Corinthians chapter 12 um, made it look like spiritual gift are spiritual per se. No, they're not really spiritual gifts. All those things, word of knowledge, kinika, this one, that. Because the nature of spiritual gifts, they actually giving, you must give gifts to a prophet to receive them. So they are not spiritual gifts. So all this one that someone is saying, why are you charging for prophecy? Why are you charging for prophecy? Why are you doing that? Do you remember what they did in the church, the early church? Everybody sold their properties and brought money. Do you sell your property to come and give me? And you're telling me I should prophesy to you, and me I should not charge you for prophecy? Are you joking? You didn't sell your land to give it to me now. If they were so spiritual in the early church, why were they selling their properties and bringing the money to church? Should be they are spiritual. They are spiritual now. They had money. So they needed to, if someone comes to me now and say, why are you charging for prophecy? Why don't you prophesy to me? I will say, because you didn't bring anything to me. So I must ask you about myself, because you refused. You want to deceive. There's nowhere in the Old Testament where someone went to a prophet without anything. Nowhere. Even kings, when they go to prophets, they will say, take this gold and these offerings, take it to the prophet so that I can tell me this information. But you, liar and deceiver, they will say he's charging for prophecy. I know that prophet from Nigeria. He has money or he has followers, but he's charging for prophecy. Yes, he's charging for prophecy because he knows that he will never give. I hope you understand. So even in the Old Testament, the nature of prophecy, and even in the New Testament, because some people will be like, did they charge money in the New Testament? Yes, they collected money, but they gave those money first. They donated all their life savings, all their money to the church. So the church did not need to ask them for anything because everybody had money. They were eating well, everything was okay. Exactly. Now, but you want me to come live every day and night teaching you without you giving anything? Of course, I'll tell you to join my program. Of course, I'll tell you to buy my books. It's as simple as that. I hope you understand now. So that is the nature of money. So there's nothing like, boy, say spiritual gift. Why are you charging money? No. They must charge money. Music ministers too included. Someone say, do you think Michael Jackson made it to heaven? Absolutely not. Heaven care. No. For him to be using proper for self, he can't get to heaven. Because those drugs were low vibration. You can't get to heaven like that. It's not possible. But I also didn't say he went to hell. People need to understand. I didn't say he went to hell. But Michael Jackson was anointed person. Yeah. Michael Jackson was an anointed person. Very anointed. He's a special person. Very special person. I've never seen anybody like that before. That guy, that Michael Jackson, his aura is too powerful. His spiritual body, his aura was very magnetic. I've never seen that kind of person before. But those kind of people, they are special people. They are anointed people. Of definitely anointed. You know, some people have some crazy gifts. Some people have some crazy gifts too. Same way in Christianity too. People have different anointing in different fields. Anointed people they prosper a lot. The only time they have issues is when um they are going against the will of God. That's when anointed people usually have issues. Yeah. So anointed people are they are special people, Sha. They're very, very special people in different fields, workings of life. People that are supposed to do something on earth. They can be anywhere, they can be in music, entertainment, anywhere. So same way we have anointed people in Christianity. But anointed people are not perfect people. They're not. Some people are expecting people to be perfect. Any small thing. And pastors like that thing. They are very that thing is very common among them. Pastors, I will tell you something you won't believe. But pastors are the most among in the whole world. Pastors are some of the wicked people ever. They usually backbite and envy. They'll be disconnecting themselves. They are very scared of church member stuff. Oh, my church member should not run away. I thought you said they are not doing it for money. Why are you scared of church members running away? You'll never admit you love money, that you want money, but you're scared. Oh, don't let me associate. Can you come? Can you come? Like me now, there is nothing someone will say that will make me to say Lovey is a bad person. It's not possible. You're just being yourself, no matter what. And people have said many bad things. They say, yeah, you keep on supporting Lovey. This. The funniest thing is I've never even met him before. Like we've never even spoken before. Mm. So I've never even spoken with Lovey before. But some people will be like, yeah, why are you always talking? Because I was like, he's an anointed person now. Though I knew him when he had 10,000 subscribers. I knew 2020, even 2019 self. I was watching his video, but it was prepared for that time. It was not my time to blow up in 2020. It was not my time to blow up because that 2020, I started my YouTube channel in 2020. But where I was, my location, I was in the bush. And there was just no way for me to blow then. I didn't have TikTok. I didn't like that bush. I was not able to make videos. I only made one video that year. There was no way for me to make videos in that bush. If not, I would have been popular in 2020, but there was no way. So that 2020 was just Lovey's time. And boom, he went up. And it worked for him. Of course, these men are not perfect men. They do some stuff that are shady. It's true. But you still can't deny the anointing of God upon their life. Because you might offend him now, it will curse you and it will happen. So Shebi said he's not a man of God. Why is it cursing you and it's happening? Why is your life miserable now? But he said it's fake now. Fake person is cursing you and your life is spoiling. Can you imagine? So it's a complex stuff. Forgiveness is for God. God can forgive anybody. So that's it. Which other questions do you have? I've been live for a while. But people are easy to judge. But if love is your friend, will you be saying it's evil or stuff? Or Prophet Jibat Angel. If Prophet Jibat Angel is your friend that you see him every day, will you be part of the people commenting rubbish online? Will you tell me that I should not talk to him? You won't now. If it's your brother, uncle. If any prophet moves beyond the level that is supposed to move, the treatment of Saul is going to be given to him. It's as simple as that. The treatment of Saul. Okay? Every prophet knows this. I hope you understand. Every prophet knows this. If you do too much, the treatment of Saul will be given to you. Sharp, sharp, no time. So it's not your wish. If you like, continue. If you like, stop. God can bring someone else that is very anointed and it's going to take you away. If you keep on doing the wrong thing over and over, and it's telling you, stop this thing, what's wrong with you? Stop, stop, stop. But you continue. He'll first show you some signs, then he'll teach you a lesson. But generally, it's better to pray for these people. You can pray for them instead of saying all kind of things. Pastors have a way of forming cartels. Like, I've had my own share too. I've had my own share. You sometimes you'll be very surprised at what pastors do. But generally, the pastors I've had issues with are the ones that preach all this holiness and stuff all the time. They preach holiness, righteousness, but they are doing evil stuff. Why are you planning evil for people? Why? And you're preaching holiness and righteousness. And you're criticizing everybody that everybody is evil and but yet you are worse. Any man of God that does not have tolerance is it's a red flag. You should have tolerance. You should be able to tolerate people. You should be able to understand people. You should be able to understand people. Some people just want to bring people down by all means. This one. But one thing I know is this. Everybody will be criticized, including me. People are not just criticizing me much because I've not really gotten popular to that extent. The time is still coming. I already know this. The time is coming when they will start their criticism. But it will never affect me because I'm ready for them. You know me now, I understand prophecy very, very well. I've seen everything. So I'm ready for them. Before they've even thought about it, I've already seen them criticizing me. So I'm ready for it. Also, I do not, pretend. I already tell people about myself. I already let people understand my teachings, how I think and stuff. So most of the things that are happening to the current prophet will not happen to me. They can't. And if people try to criticize me, I already know what to say. I'll just tell them, go and watch this video that I made. Go and watch this video. It's very simple. Go and watch this video. But many people, most of these prophets cannot do like me. Why? Because their teachings is against most of the things that they do. So they can't really talk. It will be very hard now for someone to say I'm a wizard. It will be very hard. They would lose. They would, because I have all the explanation for my teachings. Also, I studied biochemistry, science. So everything is in the open now. So I was going to come and say maybe I'm a wizard or something. So which other one would they say? Many, many things that they can say, but already have, teachings for that already. Already. Many of the things happening to these prophets will not happen to me. Because my enemies will see it and they'll be like, there's no way to cause too many problems. There's no way. This guy has blocked every way that we can use. Because this prophet, they claim that they are hearing from God. I never claimed that I'm hearing from God. Never ever. I never said, because nobody can hear from God. It's a simple thing. So this accounts for the mistakes that people make. Because they were never hearing from God. God is too high above for you to hear from. You can't. You can hear from some beings here and there, which they are even liable to mistakes. This is understanding. No need to form Superman or stuff. So I think when it's time for me to get really, really popular, that the whole world is going to hear, it's going to hit Christendom in a way that there'll be a lot of understanding. Like, boom, people said we actually open. It's going to be like a new wave that will come. Different, many beliefs will be changed. The time is coming. Like the understanding of people will actually increase to the next level so that they can be prepared and develop spiritually, move to the next level. Of course, someone else is going to come after me too, but I'm going to do my part. But definitely someone else is coming. I can already feel it. Someone else is coming. I don't even think the person has been born yet. I don't think so. The person has not been born. But somebody is going to come. And the person is going to continue from there. Like that, like that. Till we keep on pushing, 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 pushing. Pushing forward to the next level. Pushing, pushing. Because many people have just failed. Many people have failed. People have come and they've gone. Some people now, when you even listen to their teachings, you'll be like, this person is old. Old people. But they'll call them fathers in the faith and this and this. But they are just old. They are teaching bad stuff that is not real. For example, teachings like Jesus. Someone said Jesus Christ is coming between 2021 and 2024. Jesus Christ is never, like, how do you even think of this kind of things? They'll say the second coming of Christ. Who told you that? There is nothing like second coming of Christ. Nothing like that. Abel Damina already talked about that. But before he talked about it, I already knew. There's nothing like so. Some people are doing calculations of when Jesus Christ would come. Even Jesus Christ told you that he does not know. You say nobody knows when these things will happen. But not now. But you can see some signs to show. Some signs will show. I'm like second coming of Christ. This. So people need to be awakened. But we are going into because we are going to have some issues too. But those issues are going to be solved easily because of my teachings. There are going to be a group of people that will come up and think that because they can do clairvoyance and stuff, that maybe they are God or something. My followers can already do it. My followers will be able to do it. Those new age guys, those new age spirituality, they think because they can do some more clairvoyance here and there, they think that they are God because they can do astrology, numerology. I can even do it more than them. I know all the dynamics of astrology. I know everything. Everything from beginning to the end. So someone cannot just come and be like, oh, they know all things, that they are God or something. How are you God when I can do it better than you? It's very funny now. So everybody will be able to do these things. All my students, all the people watching me online for free, they'll be able to do it. So they won't be able to do it like my mentees, right? But they'll be able to do it too. They won't be able to do it like the people in my programs, sure. So many people will join my programs and be able to do these things. Plenty of people. Hundreds of thousands of people. It will be a normal thing. Then people will understand that you're not actually hearing from God. You're just a human spirit that have some special gifts from the Most High that you can do. Clairvoyance. These are normal things that anybody can do. So then you keep on working your spiritual development so that you can achieve the kingdom of God, which is behavior. Keep on you need to achieve full maturity day by day based on your experiences, achieving full maturity. So people understand how human beings came and things like that. The Garden of Eden, it was a vision. They understand. More spiritual maturity. Why criticism must be reduced. Those things. You're going to move on forward. The resurrection of Christ, how Jesus Christ resurrected with a spiritual body, not physical body. You need to understand that too, because it was disappearing everywhere. It was the spiritual body, not physical. You need to understand what resurrection actually is, because some people still think that resurrection is their physical body is going to come back. That is never going to happen. God does not work like that. So people's eyes will be enlightened. They'll keep on moving to the next level. Sure. Everybody is doing their part. Everybody cannot be correct in every way. But these people that are being used by God, they will be made popular by God. And when I say God, I mean by, the Spirit of the Lord, not by the Creator. A wave is coming. These people will be made popular. Abel Damina is in his part. Though he's wrong on some areas, but he is correct in some areas. But he's very wrong in some areas. Oh my God. But he's correct in some areas. We keep on moving. How would you say God is talking to you when God dwells in unapproachable light? then you'd be like, oh, but God is omniscience. God is omnipotent. Why did he need 9 months to give birth to Jesus? God is omnipotent, yes, we know, but it doesn't do arbitrary actions. It doesn't just wake up and be like, oh, let me just do this. Also, because you say, oh Lord God, but I mentioned God, oh Lord God, bless me with Amala today, bless me with Amala, and it happened. It does not mean it's God that did it. I hope you understand. You can literally say, Chant, please give me Amala today, and if you believe it will happen, it will. Yes. You can say, Dalima, bless me with water tomorrow, and bless me with 2 eggs, and it will happen. The name that you call does not really matter. It lets you know that all these miracles are coming from the human spirit. It just lets you know that. Simple as ABC. Someone say, because you mentioned Jesus does not mean anything. But I mentioned Jesus, and so someone can go out now and say, I command you to come out right now, you evil spirit, in the name of Mary, and the evil spirit will come out. Yes. And if you think it's a lie, you can go and do it so that you will know it's possible. Someone can come out now and say, I command you right now in the name of Stephen, you evil spirit, come out of this person. Out! In the name of Apostle Paul, I command you right now. Get out. And the evil spirit will go out. It will. As long as you believe that the name has a power, it will go out now. You can basically read Psalms. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. And the demon will be doing, He laid me beside the still water. Yea, do I walk to the valley of the shadow of death? Then you carry water bottle and you do power, and the demon will be reacting. It lets you know that the power comes from the human spirit and his concentration of his mind and his visualization and his willpower and belief system. It doesn't come from any of the names that you mentioned. It doesn't. But, the ignorance of human being, they be like, because I mentioned Jesus, because I did this. So the knowledge will come very soon. Everybody will learn. By fire, by force. You must learn by fire, by force. By fire, by force. So all these is demonic. It's fear that is catching you, Jerry. You're too scared. It's demonic. Every small thing is demonic. Fear is catching you. So there will be no more fear. There will be much more understanding. And human beings will understand their place in creation. Human beings are not the best species in creation. They're just middle level species. Just know your level and live your life normally. Stop overrating yourself. You're just normal stuff. Most people tend to do the mistake. There has been many books written. There have been many books written about these guys that develop spiritual ability, warning them. They think that because they can prophesy, they are supernatural, advanced beings. It's a lie. You're deceiving yourself now. Something that because they can, delusional people, they now focus all their life on spiritual gifts and stuff. But the Lord knows that these people will never listen to anybody that cannot perform miracles. Mm-hmm. If I'm telling you now that prophecy does not make you a supernatural being or something, and I can't prophesy, the person will not listen to me. But since I can prophesy and I can even do it more than themselves, I can do it more than their widest imagination, more than how they can do it. Of course, they will listen to me. But they will most likely not listen to me if I can't do those things. They'll be like, maybe I'm beefing them or something. So they won't want to listen. But once they know I can do it, of course they will listen. They will. All those prophecy, even teleportation, these are basic abilities that does not make you spiritual in any way, shape, or form. But they are good to have. It's just like having money. Money is good, but it doesn't make you spiritual per se. No, at all. It doesn't make you spiritual. What make you spiritual, deeply spiritual, I mean, what make you develop spiritually basically is the weight of your spiritual body, basically your weight, your internal weight. Like when the Holy Spirit weighs you on a scale, are you dense or are you light? That's what actually determines. Mhm. And it doesn't happen in one day. Words don't make you light spiritually. They don't make you grow spiritually. Crying does not make you crying in the church, singing song. Oh Lord God. Oh, yeah, wonderful. I feel the Holy Spirit. Oh my God. I feel the Spirit of God. Wow, I feel it so powerful. Those things don't mean anything. Those things don't make you grow spiritually. Criticizing people does not make you grow spiritually. It doesn't. It doesn't remove one kg from your spiritual weight. It doesn't. So all those things that people do in church most of the time, once you begin to grow spiritually, you will know there's nobody that will tell you. You will know by yourself. It's not you can't deceive yourself. You will feel it. Mm, you will sense it. You will sense it. That's what you should be striving for. Not all this mundane stuff or stuff. So it's an internal thing that most people need to understand. It's internal, not really external, but it will show externally. Don't deceive yourself. The moment you draw a tattoo on your body, there's no way you'll be able to convince me that you are growing spiritually. I just won't believe you. That's me. Oh. I can't believe you now because if you're actually vibrating at a high frequency, the thought of a tattoo cannot come to you. Mm. Especially a permanent tattoo. These people will come and be like, no, it's the inward that matters. Can you come? It's not possible. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. How? But if you draw a tattoo, I won't say you're an evil person. No. I'll just be like, I think something has happened. Okay. Now, after drawing the tattoo, you might grow spiritually. It's possible, but there's no way to actually tell like that. So it's hard for people to believe. But out of 1,000 people that draw tattoo, I think only two will be able to grow spiritually within 6 months. Yeah. Because for them to draw a tattoo, it means they are being affected by a thought form that is standing beside them, which people will call a demon. Yeah. That's influencing them. The second one is dread. Dread. The next one, wristwatches. Super expensive wristwatches. Um, super expensive shoes. Materialism basically. If someone is becoming too materialistic, it means there's a thought form standing beside them, which some people call a demon, that is affecting them. Of course, they can become rich, definitely, but it's affecting them negatively. So everything you do has to be balanced, okay? I'm not saying you should not live in a good house, you should not wear good dresses, but we should be able to see that minimalism in you, okay? You should be able to see that minimalism, not like everything materialism, and you're expecting us to believe you. No, I won't believe you. So as you begin to grow spiritually, your outward actions and your speech will also show. Your speech will begin to change, your speech pattern will change, your behaviors will begin to change slowly but surely, not immediately. Slowly. So if you begin to think spiritually, to begin to reflect in your speech, you begin to say vulgar things most of the time, We can see these things. But when you tell people, they'll say you are criticizing them. Whereas these are real things. There's one guy I saw on TikTok, I think Instagram today. He said he's a pastor. I think he transitioned from a man to a woman with earrings and his hair. You are not a pastor. You can't be a pastor. You are never a pastor. It's not possible. Words don't mean anything. They don't. What matters are your thoughts, your actions, basically. Anybody can say anything. You can be a demon worshiper and you say, I believe in Jesus. It doesn't mean you believe. So it begin to reflect in your thoughts, your actions. You begin to feel that change. Yeah, then automatically something happens too. Sickness begins to leave you. You begin to get better, more healthy, healthier. You begin to feel more peace in your life. Depression begins to leave your life. All those good things will start happening to you. You begin to feel light spiritually. Yes. So your actions and your thoughts are directly linked to your spiritual growth internally. But there are many people that are singing in church, Olu, Oluwa, Oluwa, oh Lord, oh, singing in church. Then they will not be telling guys that have supernatural powers, like that can do miracles. They'll say, you are doing miracles does not mean you are growing spiritually, but they themselves that are singing in church, oh Jesus, pray for 10 hours. Say no, they are not growing spiritually. They are not. So because you don't have spiritual gift does not mean you are spiritually developed. It doesn't mean that. In fact, if you don't have spiritual gifts, I doubt it if you are spiritually developed. Unless you open your mouth. If you open your mouth and you start to talk, I should be able to sense the vibrations. But if you are just repeating what your pastor said, no. There's a way to sense it. Yeah. There's a way to sense it. You can feel it. It's not forced. You feel it in the aura of the person, the energy of the aura. It's going to pulsate like. The person does not need to talk. They don't have to talk. It will pulsate from the aura of the person, like vibrations. Don't you feel it on those Catholic nuns? You should be able to feel that thing now. Seriously, it can be felt. See, there are some people that when you meet them, they don't need to preach. You'll be delivered instantly. They don't have to preach because the waves of the holiness that is coming from them is so bright that whatever darkness you have inside of you, we respect it instantly, immediately. It pulsates. It's not about criticism. There are many people criticizing online that they don't have that thing I'm talking about. They don't have that aura. They don't. There are some people that once you see them, if you see them like this, the level of holiness inside of them, even you yourself, you will know that I can't move to this person's side to commit sin. It will never come to your mind. You'll be like, this person is so holy for you to sin, bring sin to their side or whatever. They don't need to open their mouth. You can just feel the energy, sha. Yes, you can just feel the energy. That's what you want to achieve, that state, like an avatar state. You want to get there. That your aura is pulsating, that people can feel the spiritual energy. That spiritual energy. When I was in university, people felt that kind of energy from me. But you have to be aware that energy brings hate. People can hate you seriously. People will be like, who is this person? They can feel that aura around you. You now begin to wonder about you. There are some human beings that will come to you and their face is glowing like bright light. You can sense that thing. But some human beings is fear that you feel. Fear. Their own is power. You can feel that power that they have. You can feel that power that they have. But it can come with anything. Love, hate. That's why they hated Jesus Christ. His own vibrations were so strong. But once you begin to grow spiritually, nobody needs to tell you. Your behavior will change by yourself automatically. You'll be like, my behavior has changed. You will know. You will know. You will change. You'll be like, your rate of reaction will be different. But it takes time though. So everybody is trying to improve themselves over a period of time. So I think that'll be all for now. So that's the main thing to achieve, that state of development. But the thing is, it's hard to know. Some people think they're criticizing people or reading papers or some scriptures is what will help you to grow spiritually. I read for 6 hours, and so what? What's my business with that? If I slap you now, you slap me back. Is that not what you would do? That means you're deceiving yourself now. Someone should be able to slap you and you just look at the person and just move on with your life. Not forced though, not that you control yourself. You did not control yourself. The person will slap you and you look at the person and you just remember the loss in creation that no point. And just move on and you forget about it. It shows your state of spiritual development. But if you are still at the level of, you're offending me, I'm supposed to curse you now. You should die. I will curse you. I had one preacher. His son left him. He said, I have the power to curse him, but I didn't curse him. He's still developing spiritually. He's still developing. He has not achieved full maturity and holiness. But this is someone that criticizes people a lot. So criticism or trying to correct people are doing this thing, does not make you actually spiritually developed. I don't know why people engage in such activity. They think they will gain favor from God by criticizing people that are doing wrong stuff. No, it doesn't give you anything. In fact, what it does is that it makes you guilty the most, because now you'll be judged by higher standards. So it's better for you to just live your life normally instead of like criticizing people and saying, this one is evil, this one is this. Stop doing those stuff, man. But most of them are trying to do it. They are pressuring themselves to do it so that their church members will see them as holy and perfect. Just tell your church members that you're not perfect. What is there? Why are you? I don't know what. Maybe I'm different from these people. I think so. I think I'm different from them. Why are you telling your church members you are perfect? Just tell them you are still developing and you're also practicing and training. But you are teaching them because at least you know more than them. You understand the systems more than them. But you are also practicing. You are also still training. Simple as ABC. But when you go and make yourself a Superman, now your church members are seeing you as infallible. Like you can't make any mistake. So once you make a mistake, everybody starts shouting, you made that to fall upon you now. You made that to happen to you because you kept on telling everybody that you are so perfect. You did not want to let people know that you are still practicing. Because you think in your mind that if people know that you are still practicing, they will see you less. No, nobody's going to see you less if you are still practicing. Because you are way ahead of them. Yeah. So why would they see you less? They won't see you less now. But these guys think that there's no point in forming Superman. Like me, I don't form Superman, no. I tell you what I can do. I tell you the things I'm still working on. It's as simple as that. And it makes you original. People will love you more because you are real. So you have to be real. So that's my approach. When it comes to this ministry stuff, you have to be real. Be real. But no, these preachers are always forming perfection. They're the best in the world. They're the perfect person. Now, when they see you with one woman now, it's a problem. You now start apologizing in the church. because you told them you're perfect now. That's what you told them. So they will hold you to that standard. Someone was trying to hold me to perfection standard one day. He thought he could shake me and stuff. I was just looking at it and like, what's wrong with this one? Have you not read articles about me online, about my beliefs? I already told you now. He was trying to get a reaction from me, and it didn't work. He could not get a reaction from me at all. Zero. He didn't move me an inch like this. He did not. So I guess I'm immune to those kind of things because I'm real. So you have to be real. You have to be straightforward. Very, very real. This thing is very simple. I don't know why people take it hard for themselves. Someone say, how do I know the throat chakra is activated? You feel energy here. So these things are real. The people teaching you online and in the physical churches, they are not perfect human beings now. They are not anywhere. They are not close to perfection at all. They are not. But I see a trend among them claiming perfection. I don't know why. And this is what causes problems for these people. And that's why I say the things that happen to them cannot happen to me. Because I never claim perfection. I don't claim it. I make people to understand the imperfection of man and how man needs to practice to achieve, that level. But these guys, they come to their churches and they be like, oh, they are Superman. They are so great and stuff. Which is not true. They have low self-esteem and inferiority complex. That's why. They have low self-esteem. If you want to do ministry, you can't have low self-esteem. You can't. It's not possible. You have to be real with people. You have to say the truth at all times. And you have to be genuine. And people love genuine people more safe. Just be real. Stop. Because the moment people realize that you're not genuine, they will turn their backs on you. That's why they get angry. For example, now someone came on the pulpit and said, adultery is evil. You can never commit adultery. It is evil. It's demonic. Anybody committing adultery, you are bad, evil. Then now see him doing it. So what do you think people will say? They will say, why are you teaching something different now? You are teaching something, you are doing something different. Why? So that's what pisses people off. That's why they get angry, and that's what creates all those controversies online. If the person has already told them that, oh, okay, adultery is not okay, but currently I do adultery, but probably over a period of time I would get better. But I'm still working on it. How is it going to? You already told people. But the other things, of course, I'm good in this area. I'm good in multiple areas. I'm good in different areas. But I'm still trying. I've been practicing for like the past 6 months to see how I could get better. Nobody's going to have an issue with that. Nobody, definitely. But these people think that if I tell people, they'll think I'm not perfect. Nobody's going to think all those kind of things now. Nobody. Seriously, nobody's going to think all those kind of things. Some be like, oh, I'm going to lose my church members. How many church members do you have? Few church members. They're not even up to 10,000. They're not up to. But I guess you need to have a strong iron mind and a strong will. Some people have the power to shape the world around them. Some people have that energy, that force. People like me now, I was born in the year of the dragon. So the way I do my things is different. I'm able to enforce my will strongly. And it just works out. But some people, they jump all around. They jump all around. Like me now, if I want to fight a battle, I just go full on directly. But some people, they use tricks to win their battle. I don't really use tricks to win my battle. I straight up to the front, advance, forward. So It just depends, There are different people with different behavior. But yeah, I think that will be all for now. I've thought a lot today. I've thought about a lot of things. I hope you've been able to gain a lot. So everybody's on their spiritual journey. Everybody's developing. Some people have mastered some areas, but people have not mastered some specific areas, which is not bad. It will take a while, but eventually, definitely, they will get there. So we have to be calm. We have to understand human nature. Human nature is not perfect. It's not perfect. So you can't expect perfection from human beings, okay? And that's why you need to tolerate them. You need to give them time. You can't just see someone today. That's why in that teaching, if any man be in Christ is a new creature, all things are passed away, all things have become new, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's true. All things are passed away, all things have become new. But your behavior still remains with you. So you actually need to work out your behavior, okay? So you can't just tell somebody, someone gave their life to Jesus today, someone received Christ today. They were smoking before. Then after 1 week, you say that they should stop smoking. Are you out of your mind? And you expect them to stop smoking after 1 week? It's not possible. It's not. Stop that nonsense lies. Because their body and their brain we still need to recover. So you need to give people time. But if you give them time and they don't show signs of changing, and you can now begin to talk. That's basically the process. But before you talk, you need to give them a process for them to follow to actually change, though. You need to explain to them the laws and everything involved. Because at the end of the day, if they do not change, they do not stop the smoking, they will actually die. That's what will happen. Their lungs will actually fail them. So they need to make a choice, if they want to continue that or not. So by the time they start coughing, there'll be no mercy for them at that point. And they need to understand that if they now start praying at that point, the prayer will not get answered because it's now too late. Because that's how the judgment of God works. It will give you time. Then eventually you will get judged. You won't be able to escape it. So if you now start praying when your judgment has come, it won't work. So you won't say that God is evil. I will see you